What's up, Transformers fans? I'm Mondo, and this is another Moonbase 84 transmission. A while back I made a video titled, "Why is Ultra Magnus such a terrible guy?" I've always thought that Ultra Magnus is usually a great toy, but I'm sorry, when it comes to most media, the character is such a douche. That video was all about why I think that. Yesterday, issue number 11 of Skybound's Transformers came out, and as usual, I ran to the comic shop to grab it. Long story short, what I read got me so fired up because that asshat Magnus is at it again, so I had to stop planning the video I was working on to talk about it now. But before I do, consider this a spoiler warning for issue number 11 of the Transformers comic. If you don't want the issue spoiled, go grab your copy, read it, then come back to yell at me for my Magnus hating. While doing so, don't forget to like, subscribe, and all that jazz. To start things off, I'm going to give a super brief backstory for Magnus in the Skybound comics. Which is basically he had been a prisoner of Shockwave for a really long time, being experimented on and tortured until Elita 1 was recently able to rescue him. During the rescue, they both inadvertently find themselves on Earth when they went through Shockwave's portal from Cybertron to Earth, and they emerged in the middle of a brawl between the Earthbound Decepticons and Autobots. They were able to flee with Prime and the others. That brings us to issue number 11 of the Transformers comic. Prime and the Autobots are planning on attacking Shockwave and the rest of the Decepticons at their base to rescue Jazz and Cliffjumper. But before they do, Prime asks Wheeljack how Magnus's repairs are going, as he was in pretty rough shape, as I mentioned. Wheeljack tells Prime that to fully repair Magnus, it will deplete their current resources. Wheeljack then suggests that maybe they should use those resources to get more Autobots up and running instead. Now this next part is important because it's the start of the reason why Magnus triggers me so bad this time around. Magnus then sits up from the repair table and tells Prime he wants to be part of the Earth Resistance. He says he wants to fight. On panel, we don't get to see if Prime chooses to repair other Autobots or just Magnus. The Autobots attack the Decepticon base, things go horribly wrong, and we get an awesome picture of art of Magnus busting through a portal, fully repaired and looking badass. At this point, I'm thinking this is going to be friggin' awesome. But nope. Magnus takes one look at Shockwave, freezes in his tracks, drops his gun while mumbling, I can't. Then transforms and speeds off, ignoring Prime's pleas. Are you kidding me? I thought that I finally got a Magnus that I'd actually like, but this damn fool. Now let me stop and say that this is great storytelling. It was a great twist and I didn't see it coming. I also understand that for someone who was subjected to so many atrocities, it makes perfect sense for Magnus to do this. Again, great storytelling. But for the love of Primus, why did it have to be Magnus? I'm not a hater by nature, and I want to like Ultra Magnus, but I loathe every depiction of him. Again, I understand in the context of the story for him to bail makes sense, but when you look back to when he was so adamant that he wanted to fight, and now to do this, that frustrates the hell out of me. Also, obviously Prime made a really bad call to go with repairing him in the first place. To wrap things up, Transformers by Skybound continues to be an incredible comic, and Ultra Magnus, to me at least, remains as a great toy, but a total douche of a character. Although this time it made sense and was well done, kudos to D-Dub's writing for actually getting me to feel bad for this guy. Maybe I'm angry just because I care. As always, drop your comments below, and until next time, thanks for docking.